Right up ahead of me there is a set of eyes. I don't know what it is, but we about to find out. It don't seem to be moving. Hey!
Coffee.
Tonight we are going to do a Florida Spring solo overnighter with a tarp shelter. So today we are rocking the new LL Bean Continental rucksack. New to me, it's not new. And we've got a Calnico 10x15 tarp. And we're going to be setting up a tarp shelter and sleeping under that tonight. Well, as you can see, all the berries are back out again. So we're going to have to keep our eyes out for the berries too. The big blackberries. The other thing we're going to have to keep an eye out for is snakes. Because it is springtime and they are on the move now. And obviously, I'm running around barefoot. I know, I hear you. But it's what I do. You guys know it is. But just have to be extra vigilant and pay attention to where I'm going, where I'm stepping. But they are on the move too. Wow. The ponds are super low. I don't think I've ever seen them that low. They always have a little bit of water in them, but that thing is just a mud puddle out there. It doesn't look too good. Whew. I have got to get me some of those quick dry button-up fishing shirts. It is past time for cotton already this year. Whew. It's hot, and I'm not kidding. That's good. Look at my shirt. I'm so sweaty. So, I'm back here at my favorite site, the one that me and the guys hang out at a lot. And looks like I won't have to gather up a bunch of firewood. Somebody has left a bunch stacked over there, and looks like they've kind of cleaned the area up a little bit out here, so that's nice. I'll use what I need out of that, and then before I leave I'll stack some more up. But the radar shows we do have some rain that's going to be possibly coming through the area, so I need to go ahead and get my shelter set up and dried in just in case. Now I got to be careful because sometimes when it rains really hard out here, this area will turn all into a pond. So there are a few areas you can see that still have the tall kind of dry grass, but that's kind of the area that definitely holds water. So we're going to stay out of that area and try to make sure we got a good dry place to set up. So I think our first order of business is to get the tarp set up so we can get all our stuff under it just in case it does come rain, and then we'll deal with everything else from there. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and just take the stuff out of here because the tarp that I need is down lower, and I'll just kind of run through real quick and show you what I brought with me. So this is my LL Bean Continental rucksack, the little one. This is not the Weekender, this is just the Continental rucksack. I found this on a really good deal and jumped on it. And so in the top of it, I've got my Tokes bowl or plate, and of course I got camera gear. All of this is camera gear. This is drone batteries and chargers, and I decided to go ahead and bring the IR camera today just in case. Now, one of my luxury items that I brought is my book. I've started reading this one again, Sitka by Lewis L'Amour, a great book. Now, I do have my grill and cutting board in here for dinner tonight. I have a little bag of food. This is just a little bag of clothes. This is some socks and underwear and a hoodie. I have a drone launch pad. This is my Trekology Aloof UL80 sleeping pad with my inflatable pillow. And I've got this fleece sleeping bag, and I thought I would bring this out and try it out tonight since it's not going to be super cold. This is a Stan Sport fleece sleeping bag. I got this just to have in my get home bag, but I thought this weekend it would be kind of cool to bring this out and try it since it's not going to be super cold. And I have my Calnico 10 by 15 tarp that I'll be using. And last up in here, I've got just my little tiny water filter bag. So I may end up needing that if we got some water, I don't know. Now, I have in this pocket my water, obviously. I have my bandana for pre-filtering or cleaning up whatever I need to do. My big Stanley cup and lid. On this side, I have my 2 Diet Dr. Peppers, just in case I want to have a Dr. Pepper. Now, I didn't bring any whiskey this trip, and I intentionally did that because I need to show you guys that I can go out and have a good time in camp without having whiskey with me. That's not a necessity, and I feel like I need to make sure everybody knows that yeah, I do like to have a mixed drink when I'm out camping, but I don't drink a lot, and I don't necessarily have to have it. I just want you guys to know that. So In this bag, I have my Yuko candle lantern, and I've got an extra candle in here that I'll probably have to have because this one's almost out. I got that. I have the only saw that I brought with me is that little saw, which looks like I probably won't have to have it, but I've got my little Swiss Army knife. I've got this little bit of cordage here, and then my first aid kit, of course. The only other thing in here is my bug spray, just in case I need it later on this evening. And I could possibly need it because it's hot enough the mosquitoes will probably start to get bad this evening. So I've got to get this tarp set up because I can already feel a couple drops. So I got to get the tarp set up so I can get this stuff out of the rain. I think the first thing I want to do is I'm going to take some of this bank line, and I'm going to take me a few feet out of it, just so I'll have plenty. And I'm going to put a bowline on this end of it. Simple as that. Alright, so after kind of looking around and figuring out where I want to be, I think I want to tie to this tree. We're going to do a plow point shelter. Now that tarp is a 10 by 15. So I will fold 5 foot of it back under and use the 10 by 10 for a plow point, and that 5 foot that folds back under, that's going to be my ground cloth where I'll lay my sleeping mat. So I want to set up on this tree back this way. And the reason I want to do that is because the ground slopes a little bit back that way. And I want my head up the hill here, so I'll be laying with my head elevated just a little bit. And I'll be able to lay here and look out here at the fire, hopefully. So that's the idea anyway. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get that set up so I can keep everything dry. Now, like I said, this thing is brand new. It hasn't even been out of the package yet. Still got the tag and everything on it. So this is a Calnico. These are basically a rip-off of the DD tarps, but they're actually a really pretty decent rip-off, if that makes any sense. It comes with some little stakes and tie-outs and stuff. The stakes aren't the best, but they'll work for what I need today. But this tarp is actually, they're pretty nice. As you can see, it has the reinforced tie-out points on it, and they're actually reinforced really good. And this is the 10 by 15. I got this so I could use it for overlanding with the Jeep, but it's going to do what we need to do today here. So now I have got this piece of cordage. I'm going to go up above my head about as high as I can reach, which is not very tall. And I'm going to run through that bowline and get that thing tight. Alright. Now I'm going to just tie off to this with a lark's head. Back through here. That. And that'll work, and now I'll just drag it out. Now, as you can see, because it is a 10 by 15 and it's not equal sides, it makes an offset on the plow point, but that's perfectly fine. So we've got a good open side here, we've got a good open side there, and it's deep back there. And if you look over here, I have pulled the back out, and this thing has tons of room inside it. All right, so I want to show you guys a little trick, especially like right now, spring, summertime, when it is hot outside and you need cool water. Now, the more this stuff sits out here, the ambient temperature raises and your water gets hot, right? But if you take a bandana like this and you sacrifice a little of your water, I got a little water over there, and then I've got my filtration system, so if I have to, I can go find some water. So I'm not worried about wasting this water. But if you take some of your water and douse this bandana with the water, and then what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this bottle with this wet bandana like this. We're going to find a shady spot to hang this thing up in where the breeze can get to it. The breeze blowing across that wet bandana will actually wick the water away from this thing, and as it dries out, it will cool this water down. Now, if you don't believe me, I have a video I'll link up in the card up here where I actually did this with a water bottle, and it actually works. So it's kind of a neat little trick that you can do out here. Try it yourself. Let me know how it works. I want this thing good and saturated. I'm not squeezing the water out of it. All right, let's go hang it up. Lunchtime. Really simple lunch. Spam. It's not as bad as you think it is. It's actually pretty good. We do need some rain out here. This is the lowest I believe I've ever seen this pond. There's still some water in there that I could filter out, boil it, it'd be completely fine. But we don't get some rain soon, there ain't gonna be any water here to drink. And we'll have to find somewhere else to camp. It is hot. This heat is oppressive. Now the breeze will blow through, and the breeze feels good. But if you're anywhere out in the sun, you're just baking. So I found me a shady little spot here. Sit here and read my book for a little while. And just post up and relax. Another soul out here now. I can hear some people over at the shooting range shooting, but other than that, all you got is the sound of the wind through the pines. Why can't I camp in the snow? I don't have any snow. That feels cool. That's neat. That really does work. Oh, that's good too. Alright, contrary to what you might think, I have not gone Bear Grylls out here, and that is not a bag of my own urine to drink. That is water from the pond over there. I did filter an Nalgene bottle full of it, but I think I am gonna boil it before I drink it. Now, I'm sure that it's probably okay, but I don't want to take a chance on it. And I have used that Sawyer filter a few times before, so I don't want to take a chance on it. So I'm going to boil that water down. But the radar says that we have a storm coming between 6 and 7, and it's 4:30 now. So I'm going to go ahead and, even though I don't really want to do it for the heat, I'm going to go ahead and get a fire going here so I can boil that water up, because I'm going to need that later. And I want to get some good coals going so I can cook my dinner here in a little while. And if I get some good hot coals going, I can put a big log on top of that and protect it if the rain does come. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get a fire going against my best wishes. That's what I got to do. Well, that took quite a bit more striking of the ferro rod than I thought it would. Everything's so dry out here, I assumed that it would just take off pretty easy, but it took a little work, but we got it. Okay, so like I told y'all, I have that little saw on my Swiss Army knife, so I didn't want to come out here and try to saw up any of this hard oak with that little Swiss Army knife. So what I did was, there's a ton of lighter pine out here, a ton of fat lighter. So I put those two big oak limbs across there, and I stacked some lighter pine under that. And so I'm going to end up burning these oak logs in half. And by the time that lighter pine burns down and those logs burn in half, I'll be able to stack those logs together and start getting me some coals built up. So it's all about doing things in the right order and knowing what you have to do to get the job done. So that's what it's all about out here. Alright, so we got water boiled up, so we'll have plenty of water for this evening to drink. And then we've got water filtered that we can make coffee with in the morning. But I'm going to steal a little bit of that water. I'm going to wet this bad boy back down, and I'm going to cool off these Dr. Peppers. Just like that. The fire is about to start burning down the coals now. It finally burned the one log in half, and I was able to kind of stack them close together, and now it's really starting to get rolling with just the oak and not the pine. So that's what I was wanting. I need that thing to start creating some coals. So for dinner tonight, I have a potato foil pack, and I've got some beef, what are they called? Riblets. And I've tried to keep those beef riblets as cool as I could today, keep them in the shade. And they were frozen when I first got here. They have gotten a little warm, so fingers crossed they don't kill me. They don't smell bad or anything though, so fingers crossed they haven't started to turn. But I'm gonna cook the hell out of them anyway. Alright, this storm has started coming in on me, and it ain't raining very hard, but boy, that lightning, good gracious, that lightning is bad. And I'm under a bunch of pine trees, so what's the worst that's happening? Okay, well, I have a decision to make here. The storm is starting to let up now, but the radar shows that it's going to start coming back in here in a little while, and it's going to be really bad. There's a huge band coming. And then about 1 a.m. we're going to have like a red band come right across then. I really don't like that. And I really didn't think it was going to storm on me today or tonight. So I'm just set up under this tarp here, and I'm just not liking it. The rain and stuff doesn't bother me too much, but That freaking lightning, man, I don't like that. So I gotta decide, am I gonna hunker down and ride it out or just bail? I don't know. Alright guys, so my window for getting out of here is here. And call me what you want, call me a chicken, whatever, I don't care. That storm is going to be bad later, and I am packing up and rolling out of here. It's just not worth it to me to sit here and be worried all night long and not get any sleep. So I am wrapping this thing up, and I'm hitting that trail as hard as I can go to get out of here before that storm hits me. Well guys, it appears that I did not make the window. The storm is on me, rain, and I'm not digging out a poncho, I'm just going. Time to get back to the Jeep. Right up ahead of me there is a set of eyes. I don't know what it is, but we about to find out. It don't seem to be moving. Hey! Scared the crap out of me. It was an owl. Oh, we made it back. But I got another problem. Dang thing's flat again. Now, being 100% honest, I fully expected this. So, my tire was flat this morning, but I was running behind getting out here, and I didn't want to take the time to swap out to the spare, so I just aired it up. And I fully expected to have to change the tire tomorrow morning, but I didn't know I was going to be dealing with this tonight. So, I get what I got. So, I've got that thing airing up again. I'll make it home tomorrow morning. I will change that tire out, and then I'll end up getting me another spare. So, got a full-size spare, same rims, everything. So, I'll just swap the spare out, and then go get me another good tire. So, it is what it is. No big deal. Dang it, you can't see it, but the bear just crossed the road right there. Golly. Alright guys, so this is definitely not how I wanted this video to end, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just got to know when to call it. And I made that decision and I'm fine with that. So I know it wasn't exactly the exciting video that we wanted it to be, but if you enjoyed this video anyway, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.